Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round one of F1 2019 racing here at GAVRA Racing. Tonight we are at Melbourne, Australia, and joining me in the commentary box is Toby51. How you doing, Toby?
Good evening, everybody, and quite surprised to see rain in the practice. Is it practice first? Yes, it is. And Adam brings out on track on his out lap. But yeah, this could spice things up if it stays wet for qualifying. Oh, apologies. This is qualifying, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe they have a 10-minute qualifying.
Yeah. Yeah, so it could be interesting. Apologies, I thought they had a practice. I'm used to project cars where they do have practice beforehand. Aston just going off track a little bit there.
And if y'all give me 1 second, I do have a little bit of track info. Let's see here. Where did that map go? Here we go. Yep, there we are. Yep, and like I said, we are here at the Australian Grand Prix, Melbourne. It's got 16 turns, and it is 5.3 kilometers or 3.2 miles long. It looks to be quite an interesting track. And I think this rain is definitely going to shake things for these guys. Toby, what do you think the rain's going to end up doing to our track tonight?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've obviously got so much downforce, so I hope they're going to be able to stick to the tracks with their wet tyres. Looks like they're on intermediates actually rather than wets. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously not too wet if they're not on full wets. So yeah, it's probably going to slow them down quite a bit, but we'll still see some good pace. I know Applegrim from the evaluation races most certainly had some really good pace. As to many, I remember there being about 5 or 6 of them, and I think we get to see some of these guys race, so it could be a very good one. The sheep just going a little bit wide.
And hello to everybody in the chat. Hi-oh, Supercart, Chef, great to see all of y'all in here. Yeah, first rain in the rain. We know you'd love it, Chef. You had a fantastic run yesterday.
A little bit there. Just cut that a tiny bit.
And who would you like to check out here, Toby? Sorry, I'm sitting here mashing so many buttons, I have completely forgot that I'm actually in charge of the camera.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah.
I believe you were just talking about Adam Grin.
Yeah, no, he's. I remember from the evaluation races that he is very, very fast. But we get to see any of them race in the rain, so that can most certainly shake it all up as to who's where. And Chrysler at the moment on provisional pole with 1:37.662. There's still 12 minutes or 12 and a half minutes left to go. So I think it's a 16 odd minute. No, I think it was about 17 minutes qualifying. Red 15 just in with almost 1:37 dead. And Fartonade not behind Chrysler, not far behind Chrysler.
You know, he really
is.
What is it, about
qualifying.
0.3 of a second difference right now for those guys? And I do remember ESSH from the evaluation races as I'm
The
sitting here
stream, but you're
dropping
cutting
stuff.
out on our chat.
No, well, yeah, the Discord should hold in pretty good, Toby.
Ah, that's better. Yep, I can hear you again now.
I had moved away from my mic because I was looking to see what I was dropping.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, so Red 15 is still on provisional pole. Atkinson, there you go. Just set first person in 136s with 136.5.
Yeah, and I must say I love the green on his car. As, yeah, it looks like these guys are really adjusting to the rain pretty quick.
I think we're going to see that quite a bit. They're going to do a bit of a rush and then back in the pits. As Red 15 has just set a new pole with 136.3.
Yes, and I believe this is the Tier 1 or GAVRA Racing F1 League. So I believe all of these were the absolute fastest that tried out for it. So I think we're really going to be in for some tight, fast racing tonight. See if we can work our way down to some of these other drivers.
It's all pretty even down really all the way back to, well, really 10th, 9th and 10th. A few seconds in it, but a few of them just went into the pits with new tyres, so you can see them setting faster paces.
Yeah, you're right. There really isn't much separating these guys
them going any faster
at all. And Don, I remember Don from the evaluation races. He had some really good runs. And we've got, yep, Didix, one of our commentators here at GAVRA Racing. And yes, every time I get a chance, I'm going to say GAVRA Racing. Just in case anybody forgets, this is GAVRA Racing.
You got two in the space of 10 seconds there. That was good working.
We have Egas. Egas is also, I believe he's been with us for quite a while. He had some good runs during the evaluation races.
Sorry to interrupt, but Wes has just set a new provisional pole with 136.315, beating Red 15's time by a couple of hundred seconds.
There we are. Sorry guys, it does take just a second to scroll through these guys without making y'all sick from too fast camera movement.
You can swap directly, can't you, with the options on the right?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, it just takes just a second to scroll through all of them to find who you want. As, yeah, everybody 136 at the lead. Legan down at the bottom with looks like a 145. He may still be struggling a little with the rain. Let's check in. Oh, no wonder he's only got a 145. He's in the pit. All right, y'all. That didn't work out too good for me.
He's coming out. He's coming out. Oh. Just as you were talking about him, he heard.
Yeah, just like you said, Toby, everybody seems to have gone out for a quick stint, come back in for a fresh set of tires. So they must really eat up the wet tires on these cars.
I think it's also a factor of the war, because obviously when they come back out, they're on hot tyres, and on as we know from endurance racing, the the rain cools tyres down very, very quickly. So it could just be going back out in hots rather than them wearing too much.
All right, yeah, no, that would definitely make sense on these guys. Yeah, so definitely a smart move to get out, ride them while they're still warm. Once they cool off, get back in the pit, and like you said, grab a set of hot tires. As Ligon gets him, look like he almost got a little bit loose there. No, this is not Ligon. We are on EGAS. Sorry.
I haven't been paying attention, and I've just noticed that Kraser was the first, I think, into the 135, the 135.994, but he's now been beaten by Popan with 135, and wow, just so I was saying that, ESS is coming with almost 135 dead. This track is speeding up very quickly. Anybody in the pits most certainly wants to make sure they get as many laps as they can in now.
Yes, we're getting close to the 5-minute mark. Yeah, I guess they just took the first couple of minutes, got a good feel for the track, found where they wanted to be, where the driving line was, and got back out. Or now, yeah, because Crazy had dropped down to close to about 8th in the time, but like you said, he got tires, got back out there, and yeah, 135.9.
I think we're going to see a few people improving here. Attenborough's on a hot lap, as is Egg-Cass at the moment. Oh, Egg-Cass has just backed out a bit to let somebody through.
So maybe the track will dry up for him for the race. Maybe it won't.
Oh, Attenborough, sorry to interrupt, but nope. Attenborough back on pole with 134.283. Compared to the original times, that's incredible. It's amazing how quick this track is sped up.
Yeah, these guys are really finding the right driving line pretty quick here. Yeah, as we can see, Adam Grin, he is just flying down through there. 120 down around that turn, up to about 178, brakes. Almost goes a little too wide. Yeah, I'd almost swear he just drifted around that turn.
Yeah, he did. I was just about to say, I've been watching him for a little bit, and I've seen him rally. Oh, it was obviously took too much time out of him. He's let whoever that was through. He laps, and he has, especially out the last turning, just drifting it out.
Yeah, Adam Grin is definitely on the attack at the moment. He is. I think he really doesn't want to come off of that first place, which.
Personally, at the moment in the 134s is Dillix with the 134.905.
Oh, nice job, Didix. From out of nowhere, too. He has been saving it, I think, for right here at the end.
They've still got time for at least another lap. Well, maybe to pit and another lap is what I mean. But definitely another couple, if not one.
Improved a lot. So y'all, this is our first. We'll go back up to the top, Toby, and because this is our first round, and everyone watching, this
is more and more into the 134s now.
Oh wow! Yeah, these guys are really picking up pace. Yeah, I was going to say, since we are very unfamiliar with all our drivers tonight, I thought me and Toby might real quick just go down the list and I'll take the camera to each driver, and we'll just, I guess just say, this is one of our drivers. So we have Adam Grin and Fire Tornado, Crazy 1990. Didx is in the pit now that I went to him. Wes, USSH, Poppin. Toby, I'm looking at I got a very small screen, so it's a little hard for me to see some of these names and stuff, so you'll have to forgive me if I ask you to clarify some of this stuff, or I'm a little slow on keeping up with the people's times.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm struggling to hear you, I have to admit. I'm hearing you okay at the moment, but I've just listened to the stream and you're fine on the stream, so it's something my end. So hopefully I'm coming out loud and clear.
Oh yeah, no, I can hear you really good. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good. I can hear you most. Anyway, so yeah, Fire Tornado is now quite close to the back of Attengren. Still a little bit of a distance. Oh, there's a little bit of time just between them. I was just watching Crowther, and he had a little bit of spin out of the corner, but he's already set a decent lap. I think those who have crossed the line now are going to be the last to actually set a lap. Obviously they've got their laps to go, but yeah, they're sort of last few, and then we will know the starting grid.
And that's probably actually when I should have waited to try to start going over who all our drivers are tonight. So next week we'll have stats and everything up here for all the drivers and all the viewers for you to see. And me and Toby will be much more familiar with our drivers.
Yep, I certainly know some of them from the evaluation races and from the GAVRA chats, but not all of them, I have to admit. So it'd be good to see how they do.
Yeah, that's it for the end of qualifying. It looks like we've got just a couple people out on lap, I guess.
There's still a few. Yep, Attengren's yet to come round. Krez is still on lap, as is Wes and Alex Nalo. Oh, Piero just jumped up, I think. Oh, up into 10th. So that was a much better lap from him. Attengren has just smashed his own time with a 1:33.556. And Krez has come into the pit, so he obviously wasn't on the lap. Wes is just coming around to finish his lap. Can he improve? And yes, he has. Oh, he's pushed himself up into second with a 1:33.88844. What a final lap from him. And the last one on track, I believe, is no, everybody's finished now. That's it. So, in first, with a 1:33.558, we've got Attengren. The second, with a 1:33.844, is Wes GS, sorry, and they're the only two in the 1:33s. Followed by Ligon 300 with 1:34.511. Popham in fourth. Fire Tornado in fifth. Krauser in sixth. Didix in seventh. ESS in eighth. Red 15 in ninth. Piero in 10th, Eggcaz in 11th, Pano Starja in 12th, Alex Naylor in 13th, and Don Rajib in 14th.
As the camera stuck us on a car in the wall.
Yeah, I was just, mine went to that too, and I wasn't sure whether the stream did, but yeah, somebody very much stacked it.
So hopefully it'll dry out. I kind of hope it dries out a little bit for these guys, but at the same time, I really want to see them have to go in the rain and with that extra bit of challenge. What about you, Toby?
Well, for the most part, they seem to have a handle on the wet, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see. A wet race for the first race would most certainly be an interesting one. and Australia. Not really one you particularly associate with rain. So doubly interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
It's most certainly still raining. Yep, this could certainly be an interesting race now.
Yeah, it really could.
Not that it wasn't going to be before.
And to everybody watching, if you want to give GAVRA Racing a try and sign up for league racing, you can go to the website, gavraracing.ultravista.org. All the information's on there. There's a link to the Discord channel at the bottom of the page. If you've never league raced before, you're not sure about it, you just want to check it out, there's the GAVRA Academy, which I believe we have a couple of rounds starting soon. So if you're interested in that, I'd hurry up and sign up. And usually there's a slot or two somewhere within some of the leagues that we can get people in.
Oh, we've got red lights for the formation lap. I promised myself earlier today that I wasn't going to do it this week.
No, this is the yep. No. This is the fourth time in a row this has done this to both of us, and so it's just definitely one of those have to get used to over the project cars.
Yeah. I think I may have worked out why you were fading in and out of me. I think my scrolling wheel for my headset's volume was snagged on my jumper. And as I moved, it was going up and down. But I think that's why I couldn't hear you from time to time. That will explain that one.
Yeah, that would probably do it. Yep. All right, so everybody watching, do any of y'all have any predictions on who might take the win home tonight in this race? If y'all want to put your predictions in the live chat, me and Toby are both watching. We will talk about it.
Yep. I'm having to keep mine full screen to see what you're looking at, but I will periodically look at the chat as well. For me, my money is on Attenborough, I have to admit. He's been consistent throughout the evaluation races, but a lot of the other guys are very fast too. So any error from Attenborough will be surely punished, and I think many of the others will win on. Will be competitive in their own right. So I think it's going to be a very interesting race. Hopefully clean through the first few corners, which are always treacherous.
Let's see here real quick. No, it doesn't look like anybody's made any predictions for the race yet. Yeah, Chef finally got his internet working out really good. He took home the win yesterday, so yeah, he is very happy. As they are forming back up.
Mm-hmm. Watching the last runners coming through. Energy pulls into place.
Should we get ready?
And we've got lights.
3, 4.
Oh, and they're off.
With Adamgren still managing to keep the lead, followed by Wes Ligon. Ligon's made the pass. Poppins moved up.
Ligon's made a very, very good start. Wes had a pretty poor start. He's back down into fourth now.
Yep, Wes has fallen back a little bit. Ligon made a great move. Looks like a couple of the guys in the back, Diddix and ESH, are constantly moving up.
And they've all made it through cleanly, which is really nice to see.
Yes, we love a very nice turn here at GAVRA Racing.
So Attenborough's managed to give himself quite a little bit of a lead to start with 1.1 second, but that's actually been eaten up by Poppin. Wes has got himself back into third. So after poor initial getaway, he's he's managed to pull himself back through, and there's a little bit of, I think it's a full way behind him, between ESS, Kraser and Ligon and Diddix by the looks of it.
See if I can work my way back down there.
No, they're not full ways anymore. They've separated out a bit.
Fire Tornado really, he's trying to stay on the back of Diddix, but he has Egas right behind him with Don Rajib right behind him.
Oh, and Egas has just got through.
That was a very nice move by Egas.
Oh, but they're side by side. There's a little bit of contact. It looks like Fire Tornado is going into the pits. I think it was real contact, so that shouldn't cause any major damage. So maybe he had damage from before. Or maybe he's just going in for a very early pit stop. Why he'd do that, I'm not entirely sure.
You know, it might not be a bad idea, as tight as all these guys are running, if you could go ahead and pit right at the first, get yourself that breathing room, get out of the middle of the pack, and lessen that chance of getting taken out as somebody goes wide in the back.
Well, the only thing is there's no need for them to actually change tyres from one set to another in this because it's wet. So they may well have to pit just for tyre degradation halfway through or a mandatory pit stop. But there's no so maybe he's getting his, yeah, you might be right. He might be getting his mandatory pit stop out of the way, so he's got clear running for the rest of the race.
Yeah,
I think personally, I'd still like fresh tyres later on.
Yeah, I think I would too. We'll have to see how it works out for him. But yeah, I can't say I blame him because the pack was really tight through there, and it looks
Eggcast is on the back of Diddix.
Yep, and he still has Don Rajib hot on his trail. It looks like Don Rajib has moved up 5 times, so yeah, I don't think he'll be hesitating as soon as he gets a chance to try to go for it. You guys, he's going to go for it.
He's had a very good start because he started down at the back. So Don Rajib has got himself quite a few places from the start. Of course, it's slightly out of sync because I think Fire Tornado and Red 15 have both pitted. Both of them were pretty close to the front, so I think they may well be going for the strategy of pit early, get themselves to free space, and hopefully come out ahead when everybody else pits. Interesting strategy, and see whether it pans out.
Egas almost goes he almost went a little bit too wide there. I imagine these things have so much downforce, as long as you can keep 2 tires on the asphalt, then you should have plenty of grip.
Yep, I'm just watching as ESS gets very close to the back of West GS. DRS should be enabled. Oh! I'm not sure it's enabled at all during the wet, actually, thinking about it. Might be wrong on that one.
Yeah, we were talking about our predictions for the race. You know, I think I want to see Crazy do really good, but I think my money is on Diddix. I believe he was the one that he took it home on the last evaluation race, I believe.
Did he?
I believe he was.
He did, yes.
Yeah, I believe he really stole that win too. I mean, if I remember right, he had it by a landslide.
Well, I think Attengrim had been leading for the majority of it. But I think there was a collision between him and somebody he was. I can't remember whether it was racing for position or whether there was a blue flag incident in the last race, and I think that actually fully knocked him out. So, although Diddix did win, I think Attengrim had been in the lead for the majority of the race. When if I remember correctly, I think he also lost that lead during the pit stop phases. So, I'm not entirely sure on that one.
And Diddix is not too far behind Crazy. So it won't be long before Crazy is going to be falling under pressure.
He's dropped back in time a little bit. I think he. Oh, but then as I say that, he's closing back up.
And Adam Grin still is in the lead. What is that? Is that almost a 4-second lead at the moment, Toby?
It is a 4-second lead now. Yep, he's just extending that lead, lap after lap.
And then, and then in third we have Wes, who would be 6 seconds behind the leader, 2 seconds behind Poppin in second. So the leaders are sitting quite comfortable, but Wes does have. Let me go up here to ESSH because he was a very strong driver, if I remember, during evaluation. He isn't too far behind Wes.
Divix is still very, very close to the back of Crezza.
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm going right back down to those guys. That looks like they are going to be some of our major battles for the night.
I think for at least for the time being, but Edkaz is also on the back of Edkaz is on the back of Divix too. And he's now closer to the back of Divix than Divix is to Crezza.
Yeah, the middle of the field is really starting to tighten back up. And they're only 5 laps in out of 29 laps.
Yeah. They can keep this going for the next 24 laps, then we'll be in for a vote. Oh, who's that going past? That was Crezza defending to Divix, I think. Divix went for lunge, and Crezza and Edkaz is right on them too. This is hotting up to be quite a battle.
Yeah, I would not want to be
through.
in any of these drivers' seats at the moment.
And Edkaz and Crezza, teammates, are really close to each other now as well.
It looks like Egas had to lock him up just a little bit coming into that turn.
It's cost him a bit of time.
Yeah, it really did. It really helped spread them back out a little bit.
I don't think Crezza's giving up on Divix.
Now, I think Crazy is definitely going to try to run Didix down. I remember Didix having one hell of a pace.
Oh,
no!
Crezza just went a little bit wide in the braking there, which allowed his teammate through. And he's now got Don Rajiv right on his tail.
I think he can keep Don Rajiv fended off. Come on, Crazy.
Oh, and Rajiv is going through too.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Crezza just made a little bit of a mistake coming out of the S's and has allowed Don Rajiv through.
Oh, and it's so hard. You make one tiny mistake and then it gets to your nerves. And it's for me, it's one of those things. It's hard to real quick recuperate and get it back together and get your head in the game.
It is.
Let's get back up here to Didix, who has now moved himself up into 6th. So yeah, I think I might be onto something with Didix climbing his way to the top here, Toby. I believe that's what he did last time.
Yeah, he's most certainly showing good race form. I think Edkaz may have dropped back a little bit during that fight, not to crowd Crezza too much because they are teammates, and I think he wanted him to have a clean run at Didix and hopefully slipstream through. I can't get my double S's out tonight. But Crezza is still keeping Don Rajiv honest. He did lose quite a lot of time through that.
Yeah, it looked like those S's were quite tricky. And still, Adam Grin still. I'm gonna go check in on Adam Grin. We hadn't been with him since the start. Everybody.
I'll keep an eye on Crezza and just let you know of any developments.
Because Adam Grin has he's still almost a 4-second lead. He needs a little hammer time here. So he's just barely on the track there.
I just switched over to him too, and he's using the entire track.
He really is. He is right on the limits of the track. And how he has not picked up a penalty yet is, or at least a warning, is beyond me.
I think he's got quite a good understanding of exactly the track limits and what he can push and what he can't. But having said that, as we were talking, Poppin has actually closed that gap by about a second. It's holding at that 3-second mark, but yeah, he is closing a bit.
Well, as another driver, you know how it is. You get that cushion from being out in front of somebody. You stop worrying about them quite so much, and without even realizing it, you end up taking just that little bit off of your pace that lets them reel you on in, and you don't even realize you're doing it. You just, for me, I start driving a little bit more comfortable.
I think he was holding pace because, as you were saying that, he has actually increased his gap to about 3.5 seconds. So yeah, I think he was just managing his pace, and he's now seen Poppin closing in a bit. So, oh, mind you, having said that, that's quite a big chunk of time Poppin just took out of him.
Oh yeah, it really was. He went right back down to just under a second. And Wes has managed to get himself within about a 1.8 seconds from Poppin. So maybe he'll catch up with him soon. If he keeps pace, I think he's got a really good chance. ESH has got himself a little bit of a cushion there. Legan also, yeah, everybody's kind of, except for right at the middle of the pack.
Yeah,
Gas still right on.
He is. I've just seen that. I think Didix might have made a little bit of a mistake because he did seem to close a big chunk of time. And Didix has also dropped off the back of Ligon.
And it looks like Don Regime did manage to get around Crazy at some point.
Yeah, that happened a little while ago during Kraz's issues with the S's. But Kraz has kept him honest these last few laps. Oh wow, Eggcast is right alongside Didix.
I could have swore I saw a little bit of
there's a little
there.
bit of contact. Didix turned in a little bit onto Eggcast.
Oh no!
But there wasn't much of a collision. Didix, unfortunately, went off the track though.
Looked like his car was really bogged down in that gravel. Though.
Oh
Looked
no,
like he was
that's
having a
actually
hard
retired
time.
him. Didix is actually retired. What a shame.
No. Yeah, that is a shame because I definitely remember him doing really good in the evaluation races.
He did.
So now I could be wrong, Toby, but it looks like Crazy hot on the trail of Don Rashid might be our closest battle at the moment.
I think it is. Yeah, we've got another. As I said that, no. I was thinking ESS, but he's actually dropping behind Wes a little bit now.
Still Adam Grimm in the lead, followed by Poppin in second, West third, ESH fourth, Ligon fifth, Egas is in sixth, Don Rajiv seventh, Crazy eighth, Guerrero is in ninth, Alex Nalo 10th, Fire Tornado 11th, Will 15 12th, and it looks like we have lost 2 drivers from crashing out, which is very unfortunate, but I think with the nature of these cars, we're bound to see at least 1 or 2 people crash out during the race.
But Fire Tornado and Red 15 have both had to stop. I'm just looking at their gap to the leader, and they're 43 seconds behind. So when everybody else does their pit stops, I reckon they will probably be about 7th and 8th, maybe. there or thereabouts. So at the moment, it doesn't look like the early pit stop is going to pay off for them, unless they pitted for damage.
So what are your predictions on tires?
Well, I think I'm pretty sure they've all got mandatory pit stop to do. So they're all going to have to be in pits at some point. To me, the logical. We've just had pop in DNF as I was speaking from second. I didn't see what happened. I was watching after Ashburn at the time.
Sorry for the camera movement, y'all. No. Looks like he got round in the S's.
What a shame, because he was doing very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, on tyre strategy, I reckon there's virtual safety car, which means they all have to keep the same pace, no overtaking. There must be car and track somewhere. But yeah, sorry, the tyre situation, I think the most logical strategy would be to pit halfway through. Then you get the best out of both sets of tyres. You can really push at the start, and then as the fuel's starting to burn, the second set of tyres will see you through to the end of the race with good pace. But it'll be interesting to see how they do, because what they do, because coming up to that pit stop window in the next probably 5-6 laps, I would have said. However, given that it's a virtual safety car, they may actually gain time by going through the pits. So it may be that we see a few of them come into the pits now. Yep, we have got somebody into the pits. That is Wes from second. It looks like the virtual safety car has ended, but he may still get a bit of a time benefit from that.
Yeah, and it looks like Skipper ESSH has managed to get up into second.
Yep. He was running third, and with
Yeah, Ligon really isn't too far behind him, is he?
Ligon is very close, and he does seem to be holding that position, holding that gap, and on occasion just closing it down. So even one small mistake from ESS, and Ligon will right behind him. Some of the ones in third, fourth and fifth may try and run a little bit longer so that they've got better tyres right until the end of the race, extend their first stint and be really fast in the second stint. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that actually sounds like the maybe the better strategy. You go a little bit slower during the first of it, maybe avoid some of the traffic during the first of the race, and yeah, then while everybody else is pitting, just go ahead and try to catch up.
It looks like the rain has actually stopped. Oh no, as we go down the straight, I can see it's not. It's still very wet in the main straight, but I think there are sections of the track where it has actually stopped. So it'll be interesting to see whether, I mean, it's certainly not dry there, but there are some sections where I've seen them dip onto the wet area just to cool down their tyres. Just flipping through to see where, and I can't actually figure out where, so maybe I was imagining it.
Looks like, yeah, Crazy is getting closer to the back of Don Rajiv again. He is down right just under a second.
Oh, and it's closed up even further. I think Don Rajiv just made a little bit of a mistake.
Come on, Crazy. You know I'm rooting for you. You can get around him.
And they've got Wes. ESS is actually really close to the back of Ligon too now.
Oh, yes, he is within...
Oh, mind you, no, sorry. What's actually happened is ESS must have made a mistake because he has dropped behind Ligon, but it's still close in the tail of him. So we've got 2 battles.
And we still are...
But I think the one is ESS at the moment because Kraz has dropped back a bit.
Just under halfway of the race. Yeah, anything can still happen tonight, y'all, with this race. Especially with the track that may or may not potentially dry out. We have seen with GAVRA Racing that they start in the rain, it stops raining, and then about the time they think they're going to grab some slicks, it starts raining again.
It does, yeah. It's, especially in that GT1 race, I remember that one very well. ESS just went over the grass a little bit there, but it didn't cost him too much time. Still very hot on the tail of Ligon. He does not want to give that position up. But it looks at the fate that, oh, mind you, Ligon's just made a little bit of a mistake, which has allowed ESS to close right back up again. I think a good run out of the corner and he might be past.
I have to agree with you, yeah, because he's not willing to let him go. Yeah, ESSH, I remember he was also one of those during the evaluations who was extremely strong on the track.
He was, yeah. And it's nice to see that they're not going for lunges in these conditions.
You know, it's not, that would just, oh, look at Ligon had to go on
put himself into the pit, and as has Attendon from the lead. So now it's the time that ESS really needs to put his foot down, get himself as much of a benefit from that clear track as he can, and I'd imagine we'll probably see him pit next lap. Eggheads has also pitted, so the front runners seem to be pitting right at this moment. Where does just bring Attendon back out? He's back out in second in front of Don Rajiv by quite a healthy margin.
So basically, ESSH needs to get him enough of a lead so that when he pulls into the pit to change tires himself, he can still come out of the pit in front of Adam Grin. If he can get enough lead built up right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. He's too far behind Attengrim, although he is actually extending. He's not. But I think that he will probably come out in front of Wes. Oh, no, sorry, just behind Wes. As unfortunately, Ligon has just retired. I didn't see what happened there. So yeah, I think ESS will be behind. So we've had a few front runners retire, unfortunately. Poppin and Ligon, as well as Diddix.
Well, I wonder what happened to Ligon. Ligon was doing good there. It didn't look like he had any damage.
Nope, he just come out of the pits, so maybe he was expecting the tyres to have more grip than they actually did. But yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. We're seeing a couple of guys that were on really good, solid runs, making just the tiniest mistakes.
So
I guess that's just how it is, isn't it?
It happens, unfortunately. But ESS is in the pit, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. I think he will be behind Wes. He is, yep, but very, very close. So we've got a quick way back at the moment between Wes. Oh no, that's a back marker in front of Wes.
He's right behind Wes.
No, that's Don Rajiv. No, that's Don Rajiv. He's not a back marker. But he hasn't pitted, so he's obviously out of position at the moment. But he doesn't have to give that position up. So Wes is going to have a little bit of trouble here. And that may give ESS a chance to catch back up to him.
Yeah, because Don Rajiv and Alex Nono still have yet to pit.
Don Rajiv's not giving that pace up. Are they on the same teams? I'm not sure they are.
Oh, no, as I say
As
that,
Wes.
Alex, no, let's go down here to Alex Note and see.
No, I think ESS and Don Rajiv are on the same team. So Don Rajiv may be holding Wes up a little bit to allow his teammates to catch up. I think they are, I'm not entirely sure. They look very similar liveries.
It really does. I want to say it's the same livery. I think
think
these
they
two
are.
are teammates.
They are. Yep, so that may well be what he's doing.
Which would
Just
be
holding...
a fantastic strategy for the teammates to deploy, Toby. Yeah,
I think that is exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, because he really wouldn't have to slow him up just a little bit, just a little in the corners here and there. Keep him behind him, keep him on the attack and him on the defense. And yeah, that would definitely let ESSH come up behind him.
I think just naturally, from the fact that he's on older tyres, he would be slower than Wes. But obviously, Wes would have much more pace if he had clear air in front of him. And it's working. ESS is down to 1 second. And I think Don Rajiv is going longer to be faster at the end.
Yeah, the gap between these guys, Wes is really right on the back of Don Rajiv, only 3.5.
And he's through, but I think Don Rajiv's going to let his teammate through as well. Not yet, but soon, I'd imagine.
Yeah, this is definitely the battle on the track at the moment. Yep, and yep, there goes the teammate down the inside.
Yep, that looked like a... I don't think they're actually teammates. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe they've just got different front wings. Not convinced, you know.
We'll know. By next week we'll have our drivers list. We'll have all our teams together, and we'll have stat cards and everything, just like the BMW races, and it'll help make it a lot easier for us and the viewers. It's all about the viewers, and to keep track of everything. Oh, and
I think I was wrong. I think I was making up a narrative that didn't exist. But
that's okay. It worked. I liked it though. Just stick with that.
No, and now that Wes has actually passed on Rajiv, he is actually increasing that gap back to ESS. Really, the only fight at the moment is Don Rajiv is really close to ESS, but obviously he's out of position at the moment because of the fact he hasn't pitted. I think when he does pit, he's either going to be just in front or just behind Kreza.
Yeah, the pit strategy definitely has a big change up in the F1 racing, as I'm learning. Yeah, because we've been able to see the positions change around so much just from pit stops and making tires and pit strategy.
Yep. Which is nice to see, because it adds another layer to it.
Yeah, it really does. It does have a big impact on our Races to It project cars, but we don't have to pit near as many times as these guys, and we don't have to manage our fuel and tires either. So I think what Codemasters has done with the fuel, the tires, and everything for these F1 games is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I like the fact that if you're not careful and you're not paying attention, you can easily run out of fuel before the end of the race. And sometimes you realise too late and there's literally nothing you can do about it.
Yes, they really have to manage their fuel all the way from the very beginning, don't they?
They do. I mean, they can have it on a lower setting the entire race, but obviously the setting changes they've got allows them to change the pace they've got at certain times of the race. So like when they're fighting, they can have it richer, but that's at the expense of having less fuel at the end of the race.
As
so it's
EGAS is getting ready to attack Alex Nelo. Alex Naylor was just barely keeping him fended off, Toby.
Alex Naylor is another one who's out of position. He hasn't pitted yet, but I doubt that he's going to give this position up.
To try to have to battle on the wore-out tires, and even worse, knowing that even if you can keep him fended off, sooner or later you're going to have to pit and let him by. And that's all there is to it. Sooner or later, no matter how much he battles him off, if he pits, it's all for nothing.
Oh, and he's just gone wide.
Yeah, his tires, he definitely probably should pit for tires. E-gas goes a little bit wide, barely keeps his car on.
Yeah, but Alex hasn't pitted. So he's running really, really deep into this race, as is Donald Jeeb, actually.
He has only 9 laps left to go. We have seen a couple of these guys do a no-stop, haven't we? In some of the evaluation races, they managed, I think 1 or 2 managed to pull a no-stop.
I think there's a mandatory stop. I don't think they can. I think they have got a mandatory stop to do. So they're going to have to. He's going to have to pit at some point. I think he's left it too late, and obviously he's not in the fight with Kaz. But yeah, I think he may have left it a little bit too late to actually do anything with his race from here.
Yeah, because if they do have a mandatory pit stop, there's 9 laps left. I would imagine I'm not the best strategist in racing, but I would think that would really be, like you said, that's just too deep into the race to work it. It just seems it would be disastrous at this point.
I think it is a little bit too late. I think if he were a bit closer to, as in if he was a bit closer in time to leaders, then it could work in his favour because he'd be much faster at the end. But by this point, when he pits, he will probably be behind. I reckon he'll be in front of Fire Tornado, but quite a long way behind Creta. So he'll probably be in no man's land for the rest of the race after that. Wow. I knew he was so far ahead. I knew he's so far ahead that I hadn't been paying attention, but I didn't realise he managed to extend his lead that much. That's really impressive. The ESS is closing that gap. Yeah, but I do remember that Wes has been keeping that gap about the same for quite a considerable amount of time now. So, well, good job for both of them. I mean, ESS for not pushing too hard in his attempt to catch back up, and Wes for just managing that pace. And of course, Attengrim for managing his pace. I mean, he can now just cruise to the end. He has just grabbed softs. I think that's a mistake. This track is far, far too wet for slicks. Mind you, it's not raining anymore. Yep. And Piero is right in the back of Alex Naylor now. And this is pole position. So that's why he hasn't pitted yet. So I now understand. He was hoping that the rain would stop and the track would dry so that he could go on softs and make a charge at the end. Yeah, but that's unfortunately a gamble that really has not paid off. It has, yep. Don Rashid is still yet to pit. So maybe now that the rain stopped, he's just hoping that it will dry up and he'll have a few laps of running on the softs. But even then, I'm not sure that'll regain the time he's lost by staying so long on this set. Oh, yeah, he's got no tyres left. Oh, he almost collected with that. Who was that? Krasser, I think. I think it was Krasser on the way through. Or was it Edkaz? It may have been Edkaz, I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Edkaz. And given his due, Alex Haley was still struggling on those softs. They must be so cold now. And you can see the pace of the person coming up behind him, which I believe is Wes.
Yeah, ESSH is really going to try to... I think we're going to see him go for a move almost at any cost right here at the end, Toby. I know I would be. So I think...
Sorry,
I was going to say, I think we can see... expect ESSH to go for a move on Wes at almost any cost right here at the end. I know I probably would. I'm a sucker for that, trying to go for that last second risky move and blowing the whole race.
I think Piero must have had a bit of damage somewhere because he's just pitted again. I didn't see him change his wing, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, the
Don Rachiev's strategy. He's on lap data, and he wants to know.
Now, Fire Tomato has done a decent recovery, Toby. He's managed to, between everybody else having mistakes and pit mistakes, Fire Tornado has moved up into 6th place.
He has. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a good solid race, considering he pitted on the first lap, or second lap. Red 15 pitted with him, and is quite a way behind him. I'm just watching Don Rajiv at the moment, see how his pace matches other people's, or his previous laps.
We do have Red 15 having a go at... it's too small for me to see.
Piero.
Piero, yep. Red 15 is having to go at Piero. They're really close, only a 0.3, second gap.
ESS is right on the back of Wes now, up in the front. And Wes is Red 15's teammate. So the two of them are having battles of their own right at the same time.
Yeah, I have to say I love these last minute battles right here at the end of the race. So we do get a little bit of a lull and a break during the middle, but then it always heats right back up at the end.
Yep. And this certainly hasn't let down.
Yeah, Red 15 is still 0.3 seconds off of Piero, 0.2. I'm going to check with them right fast.
Yeah, I think that's Oh, they're very, very close, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. It looks like
I think
ESSH has fallen a little behind West now.
he has, yep. Oh, Red just went a little bit wide, but it didn't cost him too much time, I don't think.
Yeah, no, he's still just barely over a half second, 0.6 seconds. 3 laps left. Come on, Red 15, we want to see you go for this move. All the viewers want to see you go for this move.
ESS is still keeping Wes very true.
Yeah, it looks like ESSH has got it back down to 0.4. I'm set to move the camera right back to ESSH and see if as soon as it drops to about a 0.3 or a 0.2, I'll go back to him and then we'll flash back to these guys. Red 15 and Pierre really going at it here.
They are,
doing
yeah.
a great job.
Ooh,
Almost.
A little bit of a nudge.
Oh yeah, that was just a tiny nudge, wasn't it?
Yep, but Red's noticed that he'd given a nudge and so backed out of it. Very good sportsmanship there.
Cost them both a little bit, but still Red just 0.3 seconds off. ESSH has gone back up to a full second behind West at this point.
Yep. But they've got a big enough gap behind these two that they're not going to be challenged by Alex Taylor, especially as he's on softs. I'm surprised he hasn't pissed again, I have to be honest. I mean, he's at the back, so it probably will cost him less time. But yeah, Red does appear to have dropped off a little bit here.
Yeah, that little bump might have made him a little weary of getting too close. ESSH managed to get back down to 0.6 seconds behind West. Sorry, everybody, we don't want to leave this battle in front of us, and we're also trying to keep y'all informed of what's going on and keep an eye on the rest of the track here. Yeah, the end of this race is really heating up for the back of the track.
We've got somebody coming through. I'm assuming they're being lapped.
I believe that's going to be Adam Grin right behind him. He's got such a big
lead.
Hopefully he sees. No, he's going to go for it. I was going to say, hopefully he sees that he's got such a big lead, he doesn't need to interrupt their battle, but he wanted to get on around them. But, oh, it has opened up the opportunity for Red to get a little bit closer. Can he get it going down the inside?
And he's made it through, but is he going to cut back? He closed the door beautifully there. That was impressive driving.
Yeah, I think Adam Grin, had a little bit of an impact on that battle there, but it doesn't look like anybody was held up. It was just looked like perfect timing from Red 15 on when to hit the gas and take the proper
ESS is just about to make a run. ESS is just about to make a run on Wes, as Piero is making a run back in Red 15. ESS is all not looking for the move, but didn't decide not to take it. But he's certainly unsettled Wes. Wes knows he's there and is defending for his life.
And I've got it sitting on because you said about ESSH, so I jumped back up here to the leaders real fast.
I think Wes went a little bit deep, but he hasn't actually let ESS through. They are so close. And a mistake from Wes again, which has allowed ESS through this time. Constant pressure.
The constant pressure will get you a long way on the racetrack.
It does.
If you get them to just make those tiny little mistakes like we just saw, that opens up the opportunity for you to get on by nice and clean. So, I don't think with 2 laps left, I don't know if we'll see Wes get back around ESSH. So now it's looking like our winners are going to be Adam Grin, ESSH, and Wes. I'm also trying to keep track of this, Toby, because it doesn't give us any names on the podium. Which next week, we will have names on the podium, so all you viewers can look and not have to count on us, especially me being slack and not remembering who the winners were. Oh, last lap.
Should we go on board with African as there's not much else?
Yeah, there really isn't much else going on, and Adam Grin definitely deserves the camera time for his last lap.
He certainly does.
he's had a fantastic race tonight.
On top of that, he is taking the fastest lap too.
Oh, he's going to take the win and the pole? Oh, that always looks nice on a driver's stat card.
Yeah, so he'll have the triple crown, the pole, fastest lap, and the win.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does. He'll have the triple pole. He is. Oh, that would make me so nervous watching my gas light flash like that this close to the finish line. In real life, they could jump out and probably push their car on across real quick if they needed to. He obviously has the lead to do it, but not in the video game though.
Nope, and not in real life either. They've got to have enough fuel to be evaluated after the race.
Oh wow!
So it means if they're totally dry, then I can't remember. I have to be honest. That's one rule I'm not entirely sure on whether they get a penalty or get disqualified. I'd imagine they'd get a penalty, although I'm not sure. F1 rules can be quite tough sometimes.
And yep, Adam Grimm knows he's coming across for the win, giving us a little wiggle. It's a fantastic win by Adam Grimm, Toby.
It really is. I mean, that was dominant.
Oh, followed by, I don't know who that was coming across the line. I don't know if they lost it or were giving us a show.
ESS is just coming across.
Nice win by ESH in second place.
Followed by Wes.
And ECAS is still, he's about one, I believe he's one turn back. He should be turning around now for the last turn. EGAS with a very nice fourth place. And yes, somewhere along the lines, I missed my man Crazy moving up to fifth. That car's really sitting in a bad place.
It is. Looking at the track, it is now pretty much dry. I think if they were going for another 10 laps, I think about now I'd be putting on slicks. But it's irrelevant because they have finished. And Kreza, a very good race, crossed the line in fifth.
Yeah. Fire Tornado coming in for sixth. With Don Jeep seventh. Oh, it was Red 15 that crashed. I guess it's the race is probably. I guess it's already done for these guys. So
yeah, no, I think he was following the leader.
And yeah, Alex Nalo coming across for 10th. Right, yeah, so our winners were Adam Grimm, ESH, and Wes. Let's see if I can remember that when they throw the podium up here. Yeah, like I said, next week, guys, we'll get some names on the screens for y'all. Yep. That's gonna be Adam Grimm right there, our number one leader. Beautiful livery on his car. He should have got a gold cup, not silver though.
It was a great race. Yeah. Great race from all of them, I have to say. How clean they all were. I didn't see any major contact at all. There were a few tiny bits, but that happens especially in the wet. So yeah, great race from them all, and some brilliant close battles.
Yeah, no, yes, that was a fantastic race by everyone. And once again, real quick, y'all, Adam Grimm for the win, ESH, followed by Wes, EGAS 4th, Crazy 5th, Fire Tornado 6th, Don Rajiv 7th, Red 15 8th, Yarrow 9th, Alex Nalo 10th, Lingett 11th, Poppin 12th, Diddix 13th, and it is so small on my screen I cannot read who is in 14th, Toby.
That's Payno Starger.
Yeah, terrible for the guys that crashed out, but all in all, that was a fantastic race. And y'all, here is once again the calendar for the schedule for the F1 races, so y'all make sure you tune in next week. There will be a race on Monday, just like this week. There'll be a F1 race on Monday, a BMW race on Monday at 21:30 Italy time. Tuesday, we will have 2 F1 races at 21:30 Italy time. Wednesday is the GT1 at 2100 Italy time. Thursday is the Sorry, y'all. I'm remembering all this off the top of my head. It's the GTEs at 2100 Italy time. Wednesday and Thursday, those are longer races, so they start a little earlier. Friday is the Radicals at 2130 Italy time, and every third Saturday we have a 3-hour endurance LMP1 class. So yeah, y'all make sure you check in for all that. Check out the website, check out the Discord. All the links are below. We are completely community driven, so if you want to help us out, there's a donate link on the bottom of the webpage. And I stayed on the calendar screen too long. Big thanks to everybody. Gavra, Toby, I'm gonna leave it with you to do the final call out because I talk too much.
Well, that was a really good race. Great to watch, and thank you all for joining us for it. I hope you enjoyed too. Yeah, and we will be back next Tuesday with round 2. Hope you can join us then, and thank you very much for watching.